Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Code with Italians. Today, we have a returning guest. I think you're the first person that is here for the third time.
Oh, a privilege. I
Yeah,
like that.
but you're not here to talk about glands this
And with
time.
different topics.
Yeah, not glands, not glands. I love glands, but still. Okay, so Marcel, I don't know, do you think it's necessary for you to introduce yourself? Maybe with a new role?
Yeah, maybe. So for the ones that doesn't know me yet, I'm a developer relations engineer at Google, and I've been focusing on many areas around Android. Recently, I switched to privacy. So I'm leading the team that is focused on privacy, storage, and so on. And yeah, we are trying to get all of you to care a bit more about privacy and try to do the right thing for users and for your app. Here today I wanted to share a little bit about what we're doing this week with the Privacy Week for Android developers. So we wanted to put together like bunch of content and in 1 week that give you a quick overview of everything around privacy for Android developers, and so you can learn a little bit more and try to apply this to your applications. Because while there are many ways to use these APIs, there's like better ways and worse ways. So we want to make sure that you all follow best practices.
Before we get started, just a reminder to everyone, if you have questions, we have a Slido. Just put your questions there and we'll get to all of them as quickly as we can. And with that, Ivan, do you want to do the Ivan thing?
Yes. Welcome everybody and thank you for the support. I have been already spamming the chat with the links that you will need to support us even more. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and Uncle Bezos give you the opportunity to support one stream for free every month. So you can pick us, and if you pick us, I'm gonna have the money to send these stickers to Carmen in the chat that she won a couple of giveaways. For last giveaway, she won stickers. So if you subscribe, Carmen is gonna get the stickers. No. She's gonna get them anyway, because we are nice people. But jokes aside, you can also. Hola a todos y bienvenidos a Código con los Italianos. Gracias, Mark, para comprar el Ivano. Si quieres comprar esta camiseta, puede comprarla en el tienda de ropa de Código con los Italianos. Jesus, wow.
Duolingo's working, man. Duolingo's fucking working.
That was good. That was actually good. Thank you, Mark, for pushing the boundaries of my comfort zone beyond it. Yeah, thank you, Mark. So jokes aside, if you want to buy the t-shirt, for people that don't speak Spanish, maybe if you want to buy the t-shirt, there is the link in the chat. We also have more swag. So if you are into metal pins, you can get the Angry Pizza. You can also get the keychain and the stickers that we are sending them. You can also buy them to support the stream. And if you want to just subscribe as a supporter, we have a coffee page where you can have a monthly subscription that will allow you to get some perks. If you pick the bruschetta tier, you will get access to our Discord server where we actually post things behind the scenes, and usually the Google Meet link for the thumbnail creation that we do at the end of the episode, where you can most of the time chat with the guest, with us. Mark Ellison is mostly there all the time. So if you want to mess with Mark Ellison, you can also join. And yeah, thank you for the support. Let's go. I want to know about privacy, all the things. Come on. I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, this is the one of those tricky topics where, I mean, you said it before, right? You need to do it. Everybody's kind of doing it, but there is never like, okay, this is the way we need to do it. You know, when you join a team, there is no domain expert on this stuff. There is always like, yeah, I have experience. Let's try to do it the way I did it previous company as a consultant. That often happens. So I'm very excited about Privacy Week and the things that you're going to show us.
Yeah, I think as well, it's a topic that keeps changing, and every Android version we keep closing gaps and adding new features, right, to increase privacy. It's not that we just like to mess up with developers and make their life harder, right?
Is it though?
Yeah.
Tiny bit.
No. We really
keep it exciting, right? Keep it exciting. It's like, it's called job security, Sebastiano. No? Is it for a consultant point of view? If things keep changing all the time, it means that, you know, that's that job security.
Someone's gonna have to fix that stuff, right?
Exactly. Right. It's, I mean, the moment I finish to do it is basically legacy. So, you know, next time we're gonna just fix this. So thank you, Marcel, for looking out for me. I appreciate it. I have a mortgage, so, you know, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So jokes aside, please.
No, yeah. So we obviously try to take both sides, right? The user and developer, but sometimes we need to trade off. And then, of course, there are changes sometimes that break, and we require developers to do things. And then there is as well the situations where for some versions you need to do this, for some others that, and then this is what causes as well then a lot of misuse of certain APIs and not the right thing. So yeah, we try to of course improve on our guidance, and this is something that I am gonna push a lot this year and try to promote more about privacy, try to improve our guidance and all that. And this Privacy Week for Android devs is just the first step. So if Sebastian is stopping trying to fix compile errors, we maybe can try.
Well, I can stop anytime you want, but it's not gonna build.
Well, we will do the theoretical changes then.
Yeah, let's do the pitch.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There's some weird error. I don't know.
Or Sebastiano, hear me out. Or you can revert the shit that you touched.
But why?
And maybe it will work.
I don't know if it would. Okay, let me do.
It was working like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. I mean, we had people over and it was working.
Was it though?
Was it?
Was it ever working?
Exactly.
No. It was wait. It was working, but it was not our app. It was Marina's app.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think we haven't updated this in like 2 months.
Well,
which obviously means everything breaks.
But when Rebecca was here, she also had her own app.
Yes.
Okay. So this is I'm sensing a pattern here. So so for the next guest, if you are watching this, bring your own app because we are unreliable. Oh, okay. Sebastiano.
Yes. Okay. I have committed this, so now I can revert it.
That was
By the way, I know we're spending way too much time working on Studio and the new UI, but have you seen the new icon for Logcat? How fucking cool is it?
Was
it?
Oh,
really
the cat.
Cute, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's the Lion Cat. It's back.
Yeah, but so this is a serious question. So this is not like a custom icon theme. It's the official one. Oh, okay.
Yes. My colleague that designed it has all my love.
That's a bold decision, damn it.
How else would you do it?
No. I mean, why bother, right? So Sebastiano, are you sharing the screen? I mean,
Yes.
are people
yes.
watching this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
Okay. No. I just want to.
So I'm gonna revert this. Yes, sir. So I can reset the branch later. It's fine. The only thing I need to update, I think, is the Gradle plugin version, which should be 9 now, I reckon. Anyway.
9.
Yes.
Sure.
Just click all the buttons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Studio knows what it's doing.
It's like the cat in the meme. You know, the cat in the meme is just clicking everything.
But while this is doing its things, which seems to be done now.
Yes, Mark. So, does it run?
I don't know. It's building.
I mean, you say it like it means something, right? It's building.
So which one of the to-dos are we taking care of today? This one, I guess.
This should not be done this way, really. Cool. Okay, so
yeah, we will look into it. Maybe let's quickly first look at the documentation and the guides before.
What, I have to study things now?
Yeah. That's never ending.
So do we have a link for the people in the chat?
Is it
yes, I
cheat
think you
sheet?
shared it already. So the first link, Android Dev Privacy Week, that's the blog post that talks about what we're doing this week and shares some information. And then the second one that Seb is now showing is something I'm quite excited about.
This is a nice touch.
Yeah, we wanted to give you a format where you can quickly see everything that you should need to build an Android app in terms of privacy and have it as a quick reference. I think it looks awesome, so you should definitely print it and put it into your wall.
I need a bigger printer.
It's with a frame.
Yeah, so if you open the PDF, then you can look at it.
I'm gonna trigger people
on
by using the light one.
Zoom.
I mean, people on YouTube are gonna tell you if you can increase the font size anyway. So
yeah, I'm a bit confused by how the new Firefox PDF viewer works. It's nice because you can edit PDFs now, but control wheel didn't zoom. It just went back in history, so that was confusing. Anyway,
UX is hard, Sebastian.
I know something about that.
Yeah, so I think as you see, it's like different blocks, and every block has its own kind of tip or suggestion for you, an important part on the privacy. And of course, the main one is permissions and all things around. So I think these 6 steps is really, really, really important. And I constantly see apps failing on that.
Yeah, I saw a tweet about don't try to guess, just stick to the plan, something like that, you know. Just make it impossible to mess up.
So one of the main issues that we are seeing, and I understand the reason why, but it shouldn't be like that, is that apps, they try to guess the permanently denied status of a permission. So this is a state that it's basically after the user rejects several times the permission, then Android says, okay, don't bother more that user. You already asked enough. And this is a feature that was at the beginning with a checkbox for the user, and then it just became like automatically by the system. And this is an important step. And everyone tries to kind of like solve the use case where you get into the permanently denied state. But my opinion on that is you should never reach that state. Why don't you put your efforts on trying to make sure user doesn't reach that state instead of trying to guess how to get out of that state, right? So I think here is the main mindset that people have to change, that you should follow these steps in order to not reach that state, and you don't have to handle that state. I know people will be like, oh, but few users will reach that. Well, yeah, okay. then those users will maybe have to figure out or will not have the experience, or maybe they reach that because they want it.
Well, they are not your users.
Exactly.
This is one of those kind of problem that are not really a problem, because if you're working, I remember when I was working on a mobility app in Berlin a few years ago. Sebastian, remember, for Deutsche Bahn, and we invested like a gazillion hours to handle the GPS permissions, because people were actually turning off the location. And I was stressing, I mean, we are building a mobility app. I mean, that's the only fucking use case. Okay, why would they turn it off? And but it was a conversation that was hard to have with product people. It was not a technical thing. It was like more a product thing, because so I understand. I feel you when you say that they shouldn't reach that point, right?
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
they reach that point, they are not your people. That's
Or
not.
maybe you did something wrong, right? And instead of
Yeah, I
trying
mean,
to
you brought it on yourself, right? It's,
yeah.
Harsh.
well, but at some point you have to stop. You have to focus to the 80-20 rule, right? So you have to focus on the people that actually move the needle, right? At some point. It's brutal, but that's the way. I mean, why do you need to penalize, the majority of people that are enjoying your app, trying to salvage the ones that are kind of not? So
for me, what is interesting is that we see that as well on like major apps, like top apps out there, that they try to do these things, and those apps actually have this philosophy, right? That for certain use case, they say, okay, those are not my users that I'm interested on, and then we do something else. But when it comes to permissions, we don't see that same behavior. We see them like trying to solve that state. Probably because it's a product KPI or something that like you have to get all the permissions accepted or whatever, or users we need that data, right, or things like this. So I guess that I understand the needs. I just say like maybe there is no need. We create that need. We should just try to focus on not getting that state. That being said, we are as well evaluating all the APIs and trying to think on how we can improve them to help developers not make these mistakes, because there is clearly something not fully right, and it might be on our side as well. So we take that as action as well, that we should definitely like look into this. But yeah, so just quickly going through that, and we will go through the code of Sebastian. Then basically, I think that the main concept is about like, okay, first of all, you should declare the permission, obviously, but then you should make sure that you are requesting this permission in context. And this is what we call this situational context. So basically, the app is so clear, as you said, Ivan, like it's a mobility app. We obviously need location, right? But if you ask right on the startup, maybe they did not get that concept, right? So maybe you need to show a map. Maybe you need to show like something that will guide them towards, okay, a location might be needed. And it's always better to request permission on user action. So wait for user action. Don't like prompt when you think it's the right moment, rather wait for user action, and then that is the right moment to prompt. On that moment is when you should obviously check for permission and so on. And here's where the one of the major things that is being used wrongly is there is this API called should show permission rationale that returns true if the system decides that you should show a rationale or false otherwise. And you should check that before requesting the permission, not after, or not trying to use it to guess the permanently denied state. So then this is a really important step, because we don't want you to overprompt users with rationales or to provide like too much pop-ups or something. So just show the rationale whenever the system tells you. And it is really important to as well provide the user to decline that rationale, because this rationale is something you will control on your application, right? It's part of your in-app. And if you don't provide a way to deny, the user will maybe reject the next permission. But if the user has gone through a permission in context, what is clear the action, they reject it. Okay, then you show some sort of UI, right? And then they go again, you show the rationale, and then they say, oh yeah, I understand your rationale, let's move on. And then you request permission. And if they reject on the next screen, then it's weird, right? Then it's the user is just messing up probably things. So this is where we say like it's really important to do that. But in any case, another important part is to gracefully degrade experience in case of rejection. That means to maybe use alternative. There are like permissionless alternative for many actions that you could use, or maybe you can just somehow degrade the UI, but still let the user continue doing stuff. And maybe the next time they will trust your application more, and then they will grant it. So yeah, that's on a bit of a long story, the main concept. And maybe now we can go and look at the code of SEP and so on. The cheat sheet shows more things around like other APIs as well. But I think that it will be too much to cover. But yeah, we have like from revoking permissions, package visibility, how to test permissions. There is as well the data audit API, so to figure out which code of your app is using certain data and so on.
Is it missing?
Oh, that's a bug, I would guess.
It's a rendering issue. It's missing.
I have no idea.
Oh, no. It's a rendering glitch because I saw the droid that for a moment I saw the droid.
It's hiding. It never happened under 12.
No, it basically denied the permission.
Yeah.
So it's not sure.
No, I tried implementing scoped storage and I clearly messed it up.
So yeah, that's
yeah,
it's a very healthy environment for you, Marcel. It's like nice people around.
Hey,
trolling.
Based on a true story.
Fair enough.
I bet so. Yeah, storage is another topic that I think it needs its own session by itself. So let's tackle permissions.
We talked about it last year with Yassine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct. Yassine is handling the storage.
So
TLDR, just use photo picker, and you will be.
Right, the new picker, right?
Yes,
this one.
Yes.
It's really cool. It's really nice.
It is.
I just wish that all the apps were using it instead of having their own pickers.
Designer will accept it.
Yeah.
That's my biggest wish. Oh, it doesn't look like the iOS one.
We are working on that as well, like trying to advocate for this.
You know, I'm gonna tell you an unrelated but related story about this. So my girlfriend used to be an iPhone user. Now she's using an Pixel 5, I think. And she likes it, but every time that she has to pick up a photo to use in, I think Instagram is the app that has the most issues. She's like, no, but I don't want to, like, I want to pick the pictures from my albums, but I cannot do it. And she's thinking about the Google Photos albums, but because Instagram has a custom picker, she cannot do it. And she's really mad that it's like, I'm trying to pick my pictures, but I have to open Photos, save the picture to the SD card, and then go back into Instagram and pick it up from there. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't work on that.
Nobody does.
Yeah, we are working on improving that and trying to advocate apps to do that. But as Ivan said, there is like product or design, they are really into that. But yeah, on Android 14, if you saw it, we included a new feature that allows you to select only specific media instead of allowing the full access to the library. So we hope that that as well give you more control and privacy around your own pictures, even the app is not respecting that. But second, might push as well apps towards more privacy preserving solution that is photo picker. And with all this propaganda, now let's move into the code.
I mean, I like the sales speech. Don't worry, that's perfect.
Yes, I have it all. It's like an automatic button already.
Nice. So, Sebastiano,
Yes.
have we found the to-do that we want to work on?
I think it's this one, or at least it's one of the ones.
So,
Yes.
what are we doing here?
We're following the instructions from the person that knows what to do.
No, I mean, right now,
Is
why
there
this
anyone
is
in the
bad?
chat that knows how to do that?
Post notifications. Okay, so we are this is the permission for the notifications. Okay.
Yeah, this is we are asking to be able to post notifications. This is saying requires API 33. Yeah, it's fine, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter.
I think it does.
It does matter, but not to me as a
to
user
you because
right
you're
now.
like a selfish piece of shit.
Dude, the moment I push this to the Play Store, sure, I'll have to care about that.
Okay, so but jokes aside, so we are targeting 26 as min SDK.
Yeah.
I think we need to understand how this thing can be backported, or why is complaining about tiramisu. Is it? I mean, is it relevant, or is I'm just?
I mean, this is probably something we should fix.
Yeah.
Take the opportunity.
Yeah. So I think.
Thanks.
So post notification is a new permission that was added last version under 13, where now apps need to request this permission in order to post notification. If you don't do that while you're targeting SDK 31, 32, I forgot now, then the system will do it for you the moment you create a permission channel. So what happened is that a lot of apps, they actually create the notification channel on the start. So you see a lot of apps like right away asking for you for notification permission.
Right in your face.
Yes, and many users just reject that, right? Because they don't even open the app and it's like already, whoa. So then it's really important. Yeah,
Gil,
it's really important to handle properly.
Leave me alone.
Even I think he's specifically talking about your apps. Yeah.
yeah, it's those my apps.
Yeah. So
and by the way, so now the maintainer is Aurelio. So blame it on the kid in the chat. I don't care.
Poor Aurelio. He doesn't get paid enough.
He gets exposure.
Oh yeah, that's how you pay.
Oh no. Oh no.
He didn't want money. So I was like, exposure is gonna be okay.
Yeah. So I guess that you guys decided that you wanted to control that, but you basically just put it into the main activity when the app starts.
This was just to make the app run, essentially. Yeah.
Yes. So okay. So let's follow the principles on the cheat sheet that we just see, right? So first of all is move this into a in context request, right? So whenever it's clear that the permission is needed for that based on the context of the application or like a user action.
So this, I think we could ask for it during the onboarding. That sounds like a good moment to do, because the point is when the app starts running after the onboarding, we do need the permission, because we're collecting notifications, hiding them, and then reposting them later on.
Yeah, so I think onboarding is okay to ask for permissions when they are really core for your use case. It's a way to already provide a lot of in context.
I'm thinking though that it might not actually be the case, because we're snoozing using the notification service. I think we only need this for debug stuff.
Yes. So actually I took a look before. So so I think you only use that to send the test notification.
Yeah.
So yeah,
okay,
let's do that. Let's move that into the settings for that.
Okay. So I think it's just this one. I don't remember where I put that. Yeah, this one is the test notification stuff.
Yeah. The back preference row, is that one?
This one.
Yeah. Correct.
So I guess we would have to do it in the theoretically when the user clicks it, right?
Correct. I think the first thing that we should do is actually only request for the permission when the SDK is 33 and above. So I guess that the first thing we could do is just have this condition where we do all this logic for 33 and above, and for the other one, we just can right away show the button, right?
How can you remember this stuff?
I'm surprised he's not using the ID, the lint. Like if you click on the post notification, Alt Enter, it should create.
No,
Alt
because
Enter all the way.
This one. All right.
Yeah,
That's I thought it was only gonna do this. Yeah, that also works.
Boom.
Oh well, it did.
But it's actually
bit
similar
weird,
to the one.
But this doesn't. Yeah, this is weird, and I think we only need to do it here, really.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlearn the macOS shortcuts for a second. Okay. This is terrible to do in a composition, but it's fine for now.
Yeah, I think.
Don't try this at all.
Let's make it easy for us now. So let's make if it's tiramisu or later, we go into a different method, and then we do all our logic standalone there. And otherwise, we just show the text as it is right now.
Okay, so I put it into a state, so at least it doesn't get recomputed every single time.
Yeah.
And this requires by. Okay, so if it needs this, then we want to have a method to do this, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's move everything. So as well, these inside the method, and remove the status granted.
Can you inline it?
This.
Move that, don't pass a parameter, and we will do all the stuff. And else, just show the text as you have already, because that will work, right? We don't need the permission.
Right, because we're gonna show some text that says, I need the permission for this, right? Probably.
No, just remove the parameter.
Okay.
So this was one.
It has to be.
Do I need to re-import it? No.
Yeah, the opt-in, and then you need to add the require permission.
Yeah,
just forward the
tiramisu one. I think you can do Alt Enter here now. Or
I can. I'm just struggling not to press Start Enter because that's the macOS shortcut thing on this keyboard.
Change it to request.
Boom. Okay, that's what yes.
Right.
What do you want now?
Because it's a composable, it's complaining about the name.
Call it notification row with permission.
Okay, and I think I should also rename it. It's still broken, but it doesn't matter. Where is it?
It's another.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think just inline it maybe. Why do you think it's bad for a composition actually? It's just like a quick check, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it feels probably, you're probably right. I'm overthinking this.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
we
do it.
remove a to-do. Nice.
Yeah.
We actually removed a to-do that, you know, it was shameful. So I'm even more, I'm even happier.
Okay. So
Okay.
what do we do?
All right. So first of all, remove the side effect that launches right away the request.
I mean,
Fair
it
enough.
was meant to at the time.
Boom.
Yeah, it just hurt my eyes a little bit.
Oh, come on.
No, but okay. So now we have the situation, the context, right? So the user is on a screen where there are settings, and it's gonna see a button that it's gonna say send a notification or test notification. Maybe let's start by copying the same text.
Yes,
You have here.
sir.
Let's just copy that directly here. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, I think you
So
will
when
need to
they
have
click,
I think that was needed. So just forward the
This one?
yeah, add it as a parameter, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then here, yeah, just right. All right. So yeah, now we have the button, right? So here the question is, we need to follow these kind of 3 steps. So we are in context because the user sees a button that says send notification or something like that, right? So now whenever we click, we need to do the what I call a 3-state check. That is basically, do we have the permission? So yeah, inside the click.
Here?
Yes. We say do a permission, or sorry, status. It's granted. I think you can. I think there is like a direct. No, sorry. The in status itself, you can say dot is
Oh,
granted.
okay.
Yes. So let's put that on a when statement, probably. No, like the how you call it, the when statement without the parameter.
Oh, okay. I'm quite sure there's a way to move it, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to do this.
All right. So now if it's granted, we can just do our action, right? That is on the back preference click, send test notification.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now the next case is it's not granted, but maybe we have to show a rationale because the user did not understand that. So, yep. All right. So now the rationale here is really up to every developer how they want to implement that. I guess the easy way is to do a dialogue. So let's just pause. Let's put a to do here for a second. That we will never do. No. And then the remaining case is where, okay, it was not granted, but we don't need a rationale. I think you can just say the else here to close that. And on this case, what we want to do is right away request for the permission.
So it would be this one.
That's correct. So now we have these 3 states, right? It's granted, okay, proceed. It's not granted, but we should show the rationale. Okay, we should provide that. But if it's not needed the rationale, we can go ahead and launch the permission. Now, the remaining parts, yeah, the alert dialog, I think you will need to put it outside.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, I can just shove it there somewhere. And I need a state, I guess.
Yeah,
correct.
var show rational by remember mutable state of false. And yes, thank you. I don't understand why it wants me to have that on 2 lines, but fine. So if
It's
show
it's like
rational,
a Twitter. Sebastiano is doing the Twitter mode that you get paid by lines.
I guessed. Yeah.
So that's the future.
Okay.
Or is ChatGPT the future? I never remember which
Both
one
of
is
them.
Or
You
bar.
mean GPT-4 now?
Gee, the thing is it's scary, kind of uncanny,
Yeah.
borderline creepy, but cool at the same time. It's a very mixed feeling there.
Yes.
I guess you just need a button, and that's a button.
I think there is an alert dialog that offers you.
Is it?
I think there is there's an alert dialog that can give you the buttons already. You just need to provide. No, sorry.
I don't think so.
No. I'm gonna paste you the code so
Thank you.
we speed up on that.
Oh, I fucked up. People will not be able to see you because I am looking at the chat. But now you're back. Yay! Thank you. So I guess it's just.
So what do you have?
Show rational. No.
Short array. Okay.
Yeah. Everything is a short.
That was a bold naming choice, Sebastiano. I really liked it, but you know.
I was auto-completing too fast, man.
Yeah. So naming is hard, so I won't judge you.
Let's maybe quickly go through that now that we copy paste that. So basically, as you said, we have a state that whenever there is a rational show, it will turn to true. So then compose will recompose, and then we will show this alert dialog with some information about why you need the permission, right? So here is very important to get this right, so the user understands why do you need the permission, because the in context UI and it was not enough for them. So really important to get this text right. And then basically here's what I mentioned before, that you should always have 2 buttons or 2 cases here. One is to let the user go ahead and continue with the permission flow. So in this case, we remove the rational and we launch the permission. Or the other case where user says, no, I don't like this rational. You did not convince me. So on that case, well, then you should just dismiss and gracefully handle that case. That means maybe disable the feature or maybe provide some lower experience for that feature. Let's say, imagine that you are requesting location for search because you want to provide closer results. If the user rejects that location, you should still allow the user to search, right? But just without the location parameter, maybe. So every use case is different, but I guess that you get what I mean.
In this case, I mean, it's a test feature, so you don't really.
Exactly. On this case, I don't think that you need anything, then you don't use the feature. Okay. I think what we're missing now is the key to launch the feature right after the user approved the permission.
Right.
So that is part of the company's permission API. So inside remember permission state, you can do a lambda here. And it will return true or false based on the permission result.
Oh, nice. This is actually very, very, very nice. If true?
If true.
I just wanted very hard to get the permission.
So
well, at least you got a warning there. You know,
the ID is smarter than I am.
it's three of you. Maybe some of you will spot the weirdness of the, so under studio for social social awareness.
So in this case, I would still only want to do it when the user clicks, right?
What do you mean?
Or is this only called when the user accepts or denies?
So this is called after you request the permission and the user accepts or denies. So if it accepts, you want to launch the action. In this case, is the on the back preference click.
I am very lazy, so
really,
yes,
Oh,
as any good coder should be.
Exactly.
tell me about it.
And I guess that in certain situations you would like to handle as well the case that the user rejected the permission. But this is like what I was saying, right? In case they reject, then maybe you provide an alternative or you provide some maybe
message or something, another dialogue, just begging them.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean.
You will need to move the context out. Yeah.
It's a long.
I'm sure that after that they will accept it next time.
Yeah, they go back and click.
You
late.
Put the long length.
Too late.
Nice.
They should have thought about it earlier than this.
You can use like indefinite snack bar. Stays there.
Yeah, but a snack bar requires bubbling stuff up, and again,
too many machinery.
Lazy, also lower impact. So it's fine.
Yeah. So
yeah, so I think now we have all the main things, right? So we check if we are in SDK 33, and in that case we go into this method, and then we check if we have we show the button, and then when the user clicks on it, they are knowing that they are gonna click on a send notification. So I believe they will not be confused by requesting the permission notification. In any case, if they are confused and they reject it, then we will show I am a sad app now. So they will be really, really feeling sorry about you.
How do we manage to get professionals on this stream, dealing with us, Sebastiano? It's gonna be one of my biggest mysteries.
I don't know, but it works. So
he just say that he's gonna show I am sad app. Okay, man, I really appreciate your patience.
Yeah, it's better to take it with fun.
Unknown license.
What?
Oh yeah, this is the thing that you added.
It's the licensee.
Yeah, we need to add. We need to wait a second, because we have one of those screens where you have the libraries that your app is using. But we didn't like the standard de facto solution, so we built our own with violence. And
no, it's only the UI. Only the UI we did custom. That we're using a library from Square, I think, for this.
Yeah, but that is not meant to do what we do with it. And
why not?
Well, I mean, if you bend it enough, yes, it will do it. But there is a small maintenance token to pay every now and then. So yes.
I don't understand why unknown license
no URL
name.
is not unknown license name.
Oh, someone. I get what's happened. Someone is publishing libraries with a license that instead of being I'm Apache 2, it's I'm the Apache 2 website. Which, yeah, I mean, I understand why if you're validating licenses, that sounds stupid.
Fair enough. But do you have an idea how to fix it?
Yeah, I need to add that. There it is.
Oh, okay.
I need to do the same thing. I'm not entirely sure this is the correct thing. It might be that I need to do allow instead, but we'll see in a second. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, okay, I just need to do allow. And then,
but for the other one is allow URL?
Yeah, because this one is a license that is like a custom license.
Is it?
What is it complaining about?
Allowed, what was unused.
Really?
The last one, SPDX identifier MIT is not allowed. You need to add also MIT.
Since when have we changed dependencies so much?
I'm telling you, this thing rots by itself over the weekend between episodes.
I like to think there's someone that goes and messes with the repo when we're not looking or something.
Yeah. Also
maybe
signing.
You code while sleeping.
It's one of those Tyler Darden kind of shit, right? Where Sebastian just wakes up in front of the laptop. There's a lot of stuff pushed to GitHub, but why bother?
What the fuck is Arrow doing? Arrow!
And now what? Blame it on the Spanish.
No, I'm blaming it on Arrow specifically.
Weren't you an advocate for Arrow even?
Yes, but I'm not using this library thingy that Sebastian is doing. So
no,
generally, I have other problems with Arrow. Like I don't understand how to use it.
When if you don't understand it, you can imagine how everyone else.
It's just that if you need it, blame it on Elivano. Yes, Mark. Thank you. Jesus, escalated quickly. Oh, hey, here you go.
Yeah,
there was a thing.
While Sebastian is trying to find what is happening, I saw that there are like some questions from Mike on the Slido.
Yes.
So maybe let's go with that. So he's asking, can we know why when an app is device owner, we don't have the same permission as system apps? With Nox, for example, we have access to much more than with DPM. Okay, device owner this is the work profile thingy, I guess. And so I'm not sure I know the answer, but I know that system apps, they are privileged and they have definitely a different permission. There are access to permissions that you don't have access, and they as well get pre-granted automatically. I don't know with the device owner, to be honest. I'm not too familiar with that part. But I could take a look. So the second question was, why does Gaps Family Link have permission to show overlays without user interaction and are distributed through Play Store, but others apps don't?
I guess Google Apps privileged.
Gap? Why does Gaps? What does it mean with Gaps?
It's I think it's Google Apps. Yeah. Maybe he's talking about Gmail or whatever. Something. Maybe YouTube. Probably YouTube.
So, I mean, we apply the same policies.
Family Link.
We apply the same policies and everything, so they have to follow the same. It's just that Google Apps a lot of times are part of the system, especially on Pixel and so on. So they do have privileges there, as any other app as well. Like sometimes you would find Facebook or other apps pre-installed on OEMs, right? So they might have as well certain privileges there.
There's another question.
Our app needs microphone access. Oh, back here. Our app needs microphone access for a specific feature. No way around it whatsoever. What's our best bet regarding when the user has permanently denied? Well, to start, as I mentioned at the beginning, in case you were not here, I guess you should not reach that state. So if you reach that state, maybe there is something wrong on the permission flow, or maybe that user really just messed up things. So, if you really, really need to show something or block the user to continue because it's super core for your use case, then worst case, you can redirect them to settings. This is not something we normally recommend because when you redirect users to settings, they will be even more lost than when you request for the permission. But again, like the important part is to follow the flow that we just did with Sebastian and Ivan here to make sure that the user never reaches that state. But yeah, if you really, really have to, then I don't know, settings, maybe it's a temporary solution.
This feels like the location example that I gave at the beginning, right? So, you have a core feature, like your app has a main use case, and they say no to the only permission that will allow you to perform the use case. Then what do? Well, you don't do anything because that's a lost user. They don't want to use their app. No, but it sounds harsh, but that's a reality, right? I mean, you need to accept that. Well, I mean, people click, but then again, what if they misclicked?
But this is why I'm reiterating the importance of following these steps, right? Like the way that we follow right now to reach this permanently denied state means the user went and click into something that is really clear that it's going to send a notification. Then they go and reject that permission request for notification. Then let's ignore the toast for now of I'm sad, but then they go ahead and try again, and then you show a rationale, right? And on that rationale, you try to explain why, and then they decide to continue. And then you show the permission request again, and then they go and deny that. I'm sorry, but then it's like, okay, that user really, it's not even misclick, right? It means that they misclick 3 times.
Yeah. That again. So they have. I can give you. So there is a comment by Stiliano Sagi. In this case, actually, why I can't go around not using the permission? But I believe you that you need the permission if that's the use case. I'm arguing about the fact that there is no way out, right? I mean, if they give you, like, if they denied the permission and you need that for insurance, okay. Send.
So we have an app version.
Yeah, but I believe you that there is no alternative.
Yeah, but again, like that's okay. But I don't think there is. If you follow the flow, the users should never reach that. And then you just block them and not block them. Like you don't allow them to continue if your case is really necessary, right? So in this case would be probably a full screen thing where you directly explain. Okay, the I am sad appeared.
It works.
Nice. It works. So what if you try again? So this is the dialogue. Okay, I love it.
Looks very hard to see, but it exists.
Yeah,
Why is it not showing the background?
Border.
Not only the border, but like I think the alert dialog automatically applies some how you call like a shadow, right? Like
yeah, it should, but
yeah, it should have like a Z axis or something.
Maybe. It's just that we're using all dependencies, and they have fixed it in the meantime.
Sure, Sebastiano.
Let's ignore that. Let's not get into the dependencies again.
No. But okay, so shape, background color, content color.
No.
Shape is like what? The corners, but I can't even see the corners.
I mean, the material library should by default do it properly, but yeah, maybe if you are still using some alpha version on that.
And less technology inclined people are gonna struggle a bit. But the only thing that I can think about is
I don't know. Like
explain it even more. So before, as we are Marcel is suggesting, before you ask for permission, you need to stress the fact that you need the permission for this, this, and this, and this. It's like we need to ask for the permission, but it's actually, you can't deny the permission. Well, you can, but that's you got what I mean, right? I mean, that's if you want to use the feature, we need that functionality from the system, and that functionality needs a permission. Sure. So you need to give us the permission. So
yeah, so as I said, I don't recommend in general like a full screen onboarding where you block and permission, explain the permission right away and so on. Instead, I recommend this kind of more step approach. But there are use cases where, you know, like it is just the app will literally not work at all without that, or it's your main core use case and you really need that. So on those cases, yeah, I agree with Ivan. You can go ahead and have directly a more clear explanation and work on that flow, but still follow these steps, right? Of making sure that that you make it clear to them that if they reject it, they will not be able to move forward. And yeah, if then eventually they keep just rejecting, you could add a button to the settings, but again, I think that they will feel even more confused to go there.
I'm looking at the documentation for dialogues, and I still don't understand why it
maybe
doesn't.
Maybe
Like this is the one we're using, and
emulator
it does the
broken.
same thing.
I think let's ignore that fact for now, and you update the dependencies later.
It just saddens me. I am a sad person.
Yeah, you are also a sad app now, but okay, but let's move on. But yeah, again, Stelianos, I see that, you know, it's not a core feature for the whole app, but then for that feature, you need that bit of permission, and if you don't have it, you don't have the feature. So yeah, I will just try to stress that you need that, and yeah.
Anyway,
there'd be a way for a company developer to reach Google and be granted access to certain permission based on use cases. I don't know. I mean, you can definitely try, but
no. And furthermore, know that Google is not the whole Android ecosystem, right? So we definitely the Play Store is the main Play Store, but there are plenty of other Play Stores and other EMs. So it's nothing that we control on that. And actually, I don't think that there is a case unless you're a system app to get granted automatically for the runtime permissions. Yeah. There is another question. Sorry, go ahead, Ivan.
No. There is another question. Let's go with the question.
It's better to ask for all permissions as soon as you open the app or when you click on a specific feature. Yeah, the later. Especially, I see many apps that they just go ahead and ask like 3 or 4 permissions in a row.
Boom.
Yeah, that is terrible. So definitely in context, in a button, or I mean, a button, no, it's a UI, right? So you have to provide in context in your application, and then wait for user action, and then request for the permission, and follow these steps.
Yeah, man. I think that Aurelio missed it at the beginning because he joined a bit later. So you can see it in the VOD. So the idea is that it a bit in context, as Marcel says. So maybe try to postpone it as much as possible until the user is 100% sure that they're gonna use the feature that you need the permission for. So, you know, I can probably go through an app without ever needing the file picker. So, you know, don't ask for the storage permission if I never gonna use that, right? What I'm always doing something else, right? I'm picking the picture from something else. It's never from my phone, whatever, right? So it could be that you don't need it. It's not the main flow, I would call it, right?
Correct. Another thing that I wanted to highlight as well on the permanently denied state is that There are several libraries, third-party libraries out there, some of them quite used and with a lot of stars, that they are trying to do that. And then developers rely that that's the right way. And the thing is that all these libraries fail at some point because this permanently denied state is trying to guess an implementation detail. So basically they play around with the should show rationale. So they say, oh, if should show rationale showed false and then showed true and now it's showing false, then it's permanently denied, something like this. Yeah. And this is wrong because it's not necessarily true that it's that way. And there are many factors that might change that. Between Android releases changes, between work profile or not, it changes. And there are like other cases where it is not correct.
Feels like more like a guesswork than actually reliability. So don't do that. Don't use it.
And what happens is that it tends to break then future Android releases. So when we do changes on, for example, on storage or things like that, we've seen apps breaking because of that.
Yeah, because they didn't implement like a proper flow, but they tried to work around a missing API that is missing for a reason, basically.
Yeah, yeah. There's one more question on
one more question. Let's go.
One annoying thing with latest OS is creating notification channels for notifications on app start, shows dialog on splash screen before showing a rationale. Yeah, so actually this is what we try to fix right now, isn't it? So the notification permission was added last version, and if you don't target the latest SDK, the system does some sort of app compat behavior where whenever you create a notification channel, it will show the permission. Many apps create the notification channel on startup. That, yeah, maybe something you should consider as well. But anyway, that's not the issue. I think here what you have to do is implement the new post notification as we just did with Seb and Ivan right now.
Sebastiano is in the rabbit hole, so it's
don't mind me.
Issue tracker.
Don't mind me. What?
The moment you go into the issue tracker.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not.
I don't know, man. I was looking at this and I was trying to figure out what doesn't work, but it doesn't work. So there's that.
I mean, is it okay? Okay, so the alert dialog, it's a bit glitchy, but so now basically we are in the on confirm button, on dismiss button. So if you do the no thanks, we close the dialog and
you control this flow, right? This is you. Yeah. This is not going to get permanently denied.
We don't do anything basically. So this is the first graceful step of the whole process. If they say no here, stop, Sebastiano.
I am QA.
You're giving me fucking stroke, Sebastiano. Just stop clicking. And so the idea is that you click no, you don't do anything. So the idea is that if they say no here, we don't press them, right? So that's we don't request. So we don't try to get okay on the next dialogue. Basically, if they say no, okay, we will let them be. If you say continue, we show the actual dialogue. We line 446. Launch permission request. Huh?
It also didn't have a background thing. I don't know.
It could be that the Pixel 2 emulator is broken.
Yeah, if the system one did not have the background, that sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get even some health insurance, I think.
Yeah. Very fucking funny, Sebastian. It's a bug. It's a bug in the emulator.
Now it's permanently denied.
I'm set that now. So now it's permanently denied. The only way out of here it will be for the user to go to settings, like mindfully well, with mindfulness. How is it in English? Whatever. I actually having a stroke apparently. So
like the thing is that in order to change your UI now to show the setting buttons means that you kind of not try to guess the permission is permanently denied, right? Because otherwise, if you show now some sort of button that redirects to settings, you might be showing that on the first permission, and you don't want to redirect the user right away after the first reject to the settings. You want them to go through the flow. So this is what I say, like if a user really reached that state,
it's gone.
Yeah, I think that in certain use cases where you maybe have like a bigger UX or something, you could consider there showing some settings or show a message.
So basically, this is the thing that we should do. So Sebastiano, can you humor me and can you do the you are now a developer kind of thing? If they click 5 times, we show the button to the settings. No, we put a counter somewhere.
So I granted the permission and I removed it again, and then we're back to the show rationale thing.
Yeah.
And now I can do this, and I can deny it again.
Why do you need to upset the thing so badly?
I want to see what happens.
Sebastian.
I want to see what happens.
It's just bling.
Yeah.
Permission, no permission. Okay.
And here's, for example, one of the use cases where many people get wrong. Whenever you now grant it and revoke it from the permission settings, it's not that it's resetting the count of permanently denied, right? So the behavior there as well it might differ. So trying to guess that is definitely gonna fail at some point.
It might also change on different OEMs and stuff like that.
That's correct.
So let's go on Slido for one question, and then we can come back to the chat for a couple of questions. I want to give priority to the one on Slido, if you don't mind. Does it make sense to store the timestamp of when the rationale was last shown if it was recently done to one thing, otherwise show again? Okay, I can't English anymore, but probably you can read it better than me. Like having a bit of state and then trying to do things.
I would avoid doing any of these things. I would really rely on these 3 steps. So make contacts, request permissions in context, and then whenever the user performs an action, then you click is granted. Not okay, should show rationale, yes, show rationale, or otherwise just launch directly. I would not try to be smart about it. Of course, you can try things and see what works the best for you, but those are like my recommendations. Just stick to this, and we see data from apps following that, and we see improvement on permissions acceptance.
Okay, that's nice. So Mike has a question on in the chat about something that it's fascinating because he's referring to notification permission for something that as far as I can understand, is one of those silence notification that you don't show anything, you just get the push notification from the backend, and you can use it as a trigger. Am I correct, Mike? I think that's the use case. And he's asking if there is something wrong because even if there is nothing on UI, the user is able to kill the permission, and now nothing works because you don't have notification at all, even if you only need the silent ones. That's weird.
I don't remember now if the Firebase the FCM required or not the post notification. Do you need to pass like a channel to it, or I don't remember now. I will follow up. I will look into that.
This is actually a nice use case because it's not that uncommon, if I may say, because I will probably use it, and I will also get very actually. Oh, damn it! I need to do, Aurelio. We need to do it for the app that we were talking about the other day, and Pietro Maggi suggested, "Oh yeah, you can do it with a notification." And now, if I think about it, if they say no to the notification, it won't work. So
blame Pietro? Is that what you're
no,
saying?
I don't want to blame Pietro. Well, I mean, you can.
I don't want to, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play Pietro. But for instance, something like this. If I don't know how to figure out something like that, I will end up building like a fucking Firebase real-time database that Firebase can constantly monitor, and then my backend turns a Boolean on and off on a database just to give me a trigger in the app. That's the shit that I mean when I say things get very weird very quickly, even if you are not messing with the privacy of the user. Yeah, no. Sebastiano is like on a coding gem by himself. Having a conversation with you in the chat with Marcel, and he's one of those.
I'm actually really interested in what he's doing because he's adding animation content to show a dialogue.
Of course, I'm adding animations. It's me.
But
you just
the alert dialogue should, by default, has already like the animation.
Yeah, but
there's no dialogue anymore now. I'm just replacing the item in line, so I don't have the screen problem.
Okay, well, let's ignore that and let's just continue our grown-up talk.
Yeah, like adults. They actually look a bit bigger. Is it? No, the icons. No, there is a comment in the chat that the eye look huge. The icons look a bit larger than the font that you would expect for the size of the font, but anyway, maybe it's
which icons on the
one in Android Studio.
Okay.
These ones?
That plays.
Yeah, I mean they are definitely larger than the debug one, for instance.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I should know because I should fix it, but
yeah. If only we had somebody on the iOS, on the Android Studio team.
The thing that is actually triggering me is that this one is pixelated. I think it should be fixed at some point. I think I saw a fix about that, but I don't know.
I don't see it over Skype because
these ones are sharp. Yeah, they're all sharp, but not the build one.
Okay. So why?
Given
your OCD is killing you, probably.
No, is that I've spent, I think, a cumulative 2 days fighting a similar issue in Swing in the past week. So I notice, and I die inside.
Fair enough. Hang in there, my friend. So what are we doing? Marcel is waiting for the next step in the episode.
Well, meanwhile, I will promote myself and I will ask everyone to go on boats if you use permanently denied, since we have been discussing that much. I started a poll on Twitter to know a bit more about that. So go ahead and cast your boat. Nice. Basically we do already know a little bit, and we have a feeling of people using that, but I want to understand a bit more and have more data points, because as I said, we are working as well on how we can improve this for you.
I'm gonna retweet it just to boom. Okay.
One thing that maybe I will throw a question that I get asked a lot is, why don't you add an API that brings the users to the permission directly on the settings, right?
Fair enough.
Or like to know the permanently denied. So while many apps would probably benefit on that and use it, many will use it wrong, and then will force users to approve certain permission. Will keep begging them and like being bad. But they try to do that anyways, right? But if we provide these APIs, the developers will go on the lazy mode and do that right away. And the full user experience will be worse. So this is one of the many reasons why we don't as well provide those APIs. It's kind of like force you to follow the right flow. That being said, again, we are exploring how we can make that easier.
Look,
Nice.
it's magical. It works.
I can't even be mad because it's nice. So
Because I put animated content.
yeah, that was the. I mean, that's and you can only do this in Compose because it takes 2 minutes while I'm actually small talking with Marcel. I mean, 2 years ago it would be like a fucking nightmare to build a cycle view like this. Anyway, so what's the issue? Trigger link? Maybe a dialogue. Oh yeah, that's the bug that Sebastian is trying to overcome.
And I don't need it
Marcel.
anymore.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you can mark the bug as one fix, and you can link to the episode where you can tell people replace it with this nice animated content.
Boom. +1. Yay.
What else do we want to do, Marcel? Please.
I think that we covered the main thing that I wanted to re-emphasize around permission and so on, right? Now, there are many other things that can be done to improve privacy. There are other APIs. For example, you could revoke the permission yourself after a while that it's not being used, or that your application don't use it anymore. This is a new API added Android
So
12 or 13, I forgot.
How do you do it? Do you store like a timestamp when you last use the feature and then you keep track of it? How does it work?
The main use case for this is when you need only a certain permission for a certain feature. And one of these permissions is one of what we call like sensitive permissions. So that would be camera, microphone, location, and so on. And those are highlighted by the Android OS, right? There is the privacy dashboard that will here and there.
Oh yeah, you mean the green dot?
This is when you actually use the camera or the microphone.
Okay.
That appears the indicator, but the system checks which apps has certain permissions, and it might revoke it automatically, and it might show to the user a notification of, oh, do you know that this app has this permission?
Okay.
Yeah, or there is this privacy dashboard where it shows like which apps have sensitive permissions and so on. So you don't want to appear there, right? If you are really not using that permission anymore. So that is one of the main use cases where you would say, okay, the user is not going to use this permission anymore. I'm revoking it myself.
Okay, but how do you keep track of the user using the permission? How would you approach that?
I think it's use case by use case. So let's say that one of the flows is to have the user scan the credit card for payment. So you ask for camera permission, you show the camera, and that's it. And then that's it, right? User will not use the camera anymore. So maybe then you directly revoke it already. And
yeah, that makes sense. When it's like you ask for permission, you use the thing, you revoke the permission, ciao. And then you loop again if you need to scan another card. It will probably be something similar for Stylianos for the audio thing. Because, if the user never used that feature and they only use the feature when they need to send the audio recording, you ask for the permission, you record the thing, you revoke the permission, ciao. It makes sense. This is actually nice. Because from a PR point of view of your app on the system level, you will never show up as, your note-taking app has location permission, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Exactly. And every time you appear on this kind of, or you're flagged like this way, you have a lot of chances to be uninstalled, and that is something you don't want, right?
Yeah. You can fly under the radar, right? If you are like a good citizen. Yeah, that's a nice trick
So
actually.
that's one. And the API is simple here. You have it on the screen. Revoke self-permission on kill, and you
Where is
pass.
it? Where is it?
This one here on the left.
Revoke permission. Okay.
Yeah.
On Android 13 onward. Okay, because only
Yeah.
Android 13 has the thing that periodically. So this is gonna be a nice if, a nice if else. But
Yeah.
it will be actually legit. It's a nice use case. I mean, if you can place it on the right feature, it's actually a nice touch. Nobody will ever know about this, as a lot of good things people won't know that is there.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
it's good karma. This is gonna be it's good karma. This is for you. I'm doing it for myself, right? Even the app is constantly asking for permission for the camera. Yes, because we are revoking it because we don't need it all the time.
Yeah.
It's one conversation that I want to have with QA people, right? With the product people.
Yeah, right.
Can't you just save it for fucking ever? No, I won't save it forever. I just ask it, I use it, and I record it. I revoke it. I like it. This is nice. This is the API that people should focus on and use instead of how do I know if they denied forever. Yeah, don't do that. I like it.
Correct. Yeah. And I think all the rest is similar what I said as well. Like try to minimize permission requests. So maybe you can actually use some of the system actions. There are plenty of them. There is like camera, there is a photo picker, there is the file provider.
This is something that I always liked when at some point you need, I need to access the phone, right? Let's ask for the permission for the phone. Just launch the internet, right? So, you can get away with a lot of this stuff just being smart enough to do like an activity on result or whatever, that kind of loop back.
Yeah, and we have the permission contracts now where they make the API much simpler. And on Compose, you as well have the permission, the activity contracts is remember activity on result, something like this. So it is quite simple to use, and you avoid any headache on permissions, you avoid any maintenance costs, and most of the times you get proper experience, right? Photo picker or camera. It just sometimes...
The camera is the one that I constantly use because you embed like a camera view. That thing is crappy. There is no way around, right? I mean, if you use the system one, will always be better than the one that you can build yourself because you have a whole team of people building a camera. Come on, man.
Yeah, unless it's really core for your experience, right? You are like, I don't know, like a Snapchat or something like that, or that you might really need it there. Yeah, but even then, like one of my recommendations is if the user rejects the permission, throw the system, right? The system action. Tell them, okay, choose this one, and whenever you feel comfortable with us, we provide a better experience.
Try to sell it later, but don't cripple the whole user experience. Just try to go around.
Correct.
Nice. So Sebastiano, how's your coding session?
I'm done. I'm like, people aren't seeing the screen anymore. I just committed in the meantime. That's it. I haven't done anything else. It works. It looks fantastic. I'm happy with it.
You are something, man. You are such a piece of work. Anyway,
you know what I would do if I had some more time? I would make sure that when the item expands, it's entirely in the viewport and it's not like half scrolled out. But I don't know how to do it. I think there's a way to do it, but I don't know how to do it. And now I'm thinking, maybe I should get someone from the Compose team to explain to me how to do it.
Yeah. Custom layout.
How to solve problems my way. Like find someone that works on that thing.
I think there's a scroll state. Remember scroll state, and then you can tell it to go off.
Yeah, but I'm not coding anymore. I'm done.
You're happy now? Are you a happy app?
I am.
You're a happy app. I love it. Anyway, I think we can wrap up, Sebastian. It's time.
It is time.
So this was fun, and this was very, very, very practical. I loved it. So Marcel, thank you for taking the time to look at the app beforehand. So we knew what to do.
Yeah, of
And
course.
this was good. This is a lot of good content here
We
because
remove a to-do, so what else?
yeah,
I
I like that.
technically added another one, but it's unrelated to the fix.
I mean, Sebastiano,
No, it's
give the
Arrow's.
man a
It's Arrow's
break.
fault, not my fault.
Okay,
It's not me. It's
all right.
Arrow.
But this is good because was a very, very, very real example of, oh yeah, the thing is working because it was working, but is also ugly and can be improved. And it took us 1 hour something to make it better with animations.
Well, I think that what it took the most is like fixing build issues and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean
the actual
also
fix was easy, to be honest.
that also happens in real life. So I mean, the build breaks.
It's like,
but-
oh, I have to estimate how much this task is gonna take me. It's a small one, maybe 2 points, and then you start working on it, and nothing works, and you're like, oh, so a week, you say.
yeah. So now 2 is 5 days. Okay. Now we so. But apart from badly estimating the tasks, I really enjoyed the episode, and thank you for coming, Marcel. Thank you for coming.
thanks for inviting me again. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. I think already something went out regarding storage and photo picker on today's Twitter or YouTube short, and tomorrow is more coming up. And we will do a wrap up at the end of the week.
Awesome.
So we can expect bits from the cheat sheet probably, right?
The
cheat sheet is gonna spoil everything.
Exactly. So we
Nice.
we kind of like put that as a main thing, and then we are doing a little bit of everything. I'm in Twitter and Mastodon or LinkedIn. Feel free to ping me there if you need advice.
I
Ivan.
just want to remember that you can subscribe to our channel for free if you have an Amazon Prime subscription. I'm gonna just drop the link. And if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can connect it with your gaming account, and from there you can connect it with your Twitch account, and you can subscribe for free to our channel. Every month you can subscribe for free. You have to resubscribe, but still it helps us a lot. You can buy the t-shirt on our store. You can buy also the metal pin. You can buy the stickers, and there is also a keychain that you can buy. So you can support us in plenty of ways. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It's important for us. And what else, Sebastiano? Do we have spoilers for next week guest?
Yes, we do. And so next week we're gonna have Alejandra and Halil. They work on text stuff in Compose, so it's gonna be one of 3 streams about text in the next few months. I'm so excited. There's a lot of stuff happening in Compose text. So given that I love Compose, I love text, for me it's like I'm giggling already. Yeah, people probably have noticed that there's a few topics that I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, animating shit, text shit, and Roman Gui dropping things in shaders. That's basically what we do now.
Oh yeah, speaking of shaders, yeah, we're also doing an episode on filament in 2 weeks, right?
For fuck's sake. Yeah, filament. Ooh, wow, what a joy. Another episode where Ivan won't understand shit for 2 hours. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Come on. Mark, please come back. I love when you come back.
Mike is like, oh, let me paste some code. And now this is when Ivan has PTSD.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, he dropped like 10 lines and we had ray tracing. Who the fuck does that? Okay, Who the fuck does that?
Roman?
Yeah, I need to go. I need to go. It's getting late. Anyway,
folks that are on the Discord, see you in a minute for the thumbnail.
mwah. Have a nice evening, beautiful people.
Bye.
Bye bye.